I'm happy with the win. We're 2-0, but I think we got a lot to work on. I think we saw some flaws tonight, and I honestly, I could when we beat these teams, when I see us doing good things, I kind of automatically think, okay, would we do this versus Notre Dame? Would we be able to do this versus Clemson? And I think we got some work to do, but I think with Cam Harris, with De'Aaron King, I think we'll always be in games. And one thing that I look at is I think we got to improve on the penalties, but De'Aaron King is not going to turn the ball over a lot. He's human. He's going to turn over the ball sooner or later. But these last couple games I've noticed, if he throws the ball in a tight window, it's like he's throwing it out of bounds. He's not really going to put the ball in harm's way. So with De'Aaron King and Cam Harris and with our ability to run the ball, I think that's going to keep us in a lot of games. So I'm happy. I think there's a lot to work on, especially penalties. What would be your final message for Canes fans?
I would say to really appreciate having these guys on the offensive side of the ball. Appreciate Lashley as the coach and the play caller. He'll have rough games. He'll have games where you question 100 decisions that he makes because, things aren't clicking, things aren't working. De'Aaron King will have games where he doesn't throw for 3 touchdowns and 300 yards. But, know that these two guys are potentially the start of something really strong here on the offensive side that we haven't had in a long time. And they kept saying it on the broadcast. Herb Street said it a couple times. He said it takes him all the way back to Dorsey and Brock, and it takes some fans back even further than that. But just to have a shot, having those two guys on offense means you have a shot to score every single drive, and you could trust in an offense, and so the defense can have a bad game. It can have you can have a special teams mistake. You can have this because the offense finally isn't going to make a mistake and not respond. Going back to the first thing Grant said today, so just appreciate having those guys, appreciate having a good kicker, appreciate the steps forward that we've already made, because if, we're not going to win a national championship this year, it's probably not going to happen. But, if we have a legitimate offense and we have legitimate players coming in and, we could set a tone that, this is legit, this is real, we could be having a much different conversation in 2 or 3 years.
All right. And go ahead, Chris, man. Once again, I want to appreciate you for jumping on the show right after the game. We do this every week. We give our instant reaction. Miami wins today 47-34. Chris, go ahead and let everybody know what you got going on with Canes Legacy this week, man.
Well, at the Twitter account, the day after, we always post a lot of clips from the game and, little commenting here and there, plays that were big that might, that maybe even they didn't focus on the broadcast, but we saw something that we thought really stood out. The buddy of mine, Billy, that we run the account together, he does a lot of the analysis stuff. He posts a bunch of those the next day. So that's always something that Cane fans can look at and say oh, I saw that, or I thought I saw Nesta make that play. There's one that Nesta just pushes the lineman back into the ball carrier, and you're like, wow, they didn't show a replay on the TV on the broadcast, but that's one of those plays where you've been waiting for Nesta to make. So that's one of the ones that'll be on there. So keep an eye out tomorrow for that. And then through the course of the week, just posting, next week will be big because it's Florida State week. So you can expect a lot of past Miami, Florida State highlights for sure. And then over on Canes Insight, post a couple articles a week. Usually one of them is a big game that happened during the course of those days of the game week from history, and then a mailbag. So anyone ever wants to ask us a question on just about anything somewhat Canes related, or even the history of the program, we're happy to do it.
All right, guys, y'all make sure y'all go check out my boy Chris. And also, hey, you know what I say? If you rocking with the U, do you know what to do? Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you later. Peace.